Welcome back to Bad Movies, Worst People. This week,
we're professional.
Don't be the hot dog. Eat the hot dog.
Eat it.
I'm Derek.
I'm Whitney.
I'm the hot dog.
And I already said this is Bad Movies, Worst
Worst
People. It's June.
Oh,
Get ready to roll your R's.
Superhero
spectacular.
That's right. And we are talking about the classic superhero and DC property, Steel.
Steel.
Do you remember this character in DC at all? I don't know. I don't think Whitney would.
I'm not a big DC
Why?
person. And
Why wouldn't I know?
Because you wouldn't be reading comic books. You're busy having sex with chicks.
Was.
I don't know.
Me and Derek were doing the
Steel.
cool stuff, like reading comics.
I know of the existence of Steel. I don't think I've ever read a comic book that he was in.
So it was after Death of Superman. There was just a bunch of different Supermen type things. There was like Superboy. There was I can't remember all the variants, but this was one of them, and he was much more of an Iron Man.
Yeah.
Than what we got. Gherkin.
Good God. All right.
Yeah, you just spit all over
man,
the TV.
does he have a boner now?
Probably.
Just told me a story about fucking boner sneezes, which I'm pretty sure is just an orgasm.
Oh, I'm sorry. I love you, baby.
What I do know...
You're sorry? You love him?
She said it before. She'll say it again. What I do know is that the character Steel, the copyright for Steel, the
John
character
Henry?
name, not for actual Steel, has belonged to DC for longer than this character's existed. Because
really?
they had the original Steel was Hank Haywood, a soldier whose skeleton was largely replaced with metal and took on the identity of Steel to fight Nazis.
Oh,
Wouldn't that be
Nazis,
Iron Man?
dude. Well, that's closer to Wolverine.
Or not Iron Man, Wolverine.
That's closer to
That's what I
Wolverine.
meant.
Yeah.
I don't know why Iron Man
which
came out.
sounds like it's before Wolverine.
And I don't know if it's a DC thing from Nazi times or if it's a DC thing from later. I don't know DC that well. So
yeah, I'm not the biggest DC fan.
Does it stand for Dark Comics?
Detective.
Oh, it's dark.
it's Detective
DC
Comics
is dark
because
comics.
Batman is the world's greatest detective.
Allegedly.
Nope, it's Dark Comics. Everything's darker, DC.
This movie's directed by Kenneth Johnson,
Thank you, Kenneth, for this gem.
who directed
Gem.
Short Circuit 2.
Oh, couldn't even get the first one.
And he wrote D3, Mighty Ducks.
Well,
Is that the college one? That's them in college.
That's the one I never saw.
Yeah. It's my least watched D.
And he also created the Bionic Woman television show.
okay.
Nope.
So
No, he didn't.
Those are the things he did.
Nope. That didn't happen. That last one's not real.
That's
Yeah,
what
it is.
IMDb says.
Bionic woman?
Yeah.
Why are we giving them power? Terrifying.
Proud Boys
You
for
sitting
life.
in the chair talking like that makes no sense.
I don't know why we're giving women power. You know what? I'll tell you what. A gadget, though, if she could put her little finger out and a little egg beater came out, that wouldn't be half bad. I'm saying. Like if she's going to be in the kitchen.
Use that
I
in the
don't have
bedroom?
to no, we'd just lay there. We cut a hole in the sheet and we just soak.
And then she goes back to her bed.
And she go, but yep, if we're having a good night, push them beds right together. And I'll say, watch out for the crack, but that's when she's behind me.
But after we're done, she pushes them back apart. I'm asleep.
I'm sleeping. I lost the power to stay awake. I was dreaming I was some sort of raccoon in a trash can.
And apparently Kenneth Johnson also co-wrote that really cool song in this movie, like Steel, whatever.
I can't
even remember
garbage
it.
ass
What
fucking...
a bangers fucking soundtrack and score this movie doesn't have.
Dude, this movie sounds like... I don't even know. Sad carnival music.
It's Randy Newman on a bad acid trip.
It's
without singing.
Randy Newman doing a superhero movie.
Yeah.
But no one told him he was doing a superhero movie.
Steel. Yeah, Steel. I got a hammer, but I'm not gonna kill. Cause I'm 7'6". Look at this stack of cash. I've been stealing. Yeah, steal.
So we'll play the box office
So
game.
unprofessional.
This will be a fun one.
Okay. Box office. We get the budget, yeah? Or do you want to guess
we get the budget. The
Okay.
budget's gonna be like $8 million.
$16 million.
It made $8 million.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it made $6 million.
I guess theoretically the words that came out of Jack's mouth were closer because it was 1.8 million.
Oh boy! Wow!
Yeah.
And it doesn't have like a big underground cult fall I'm aware of, like Renaissance on DVD. Because
No.
around the table, first time seeing it.
I saw it,
Okay.
but I don't remember
So
anything.
2.5.
I actually just saw it a few minutes ago too, and also still don't remember anything.
Yeah,
about
I know. We had to hit record quick because it's rapidly leaving
fading.
my brain.
it.
But I'll be honest, I didn't hate it the way I thought I was going to.
No, but do you know why?
Because we were together.
we were together, but also
That sounded
Hello
so lame.
there.
Sorry, that sounded so lame, like friendship. It's because we were together, and through like with friendship togetherness, you can get through any movie.
not Empire of Ants.
We got through it.
Not Transformers: The Last Night
Did we?
3.
We could get through that if we don't have to record an episode. We can just get real drunk. The problem is going to be trying to recall all that 3-hour information. You want to talk about the first movie, or the second movie? Because I had to pause to take a shit.
I took a nap and came back.
I took a crap nap.
So this is the second comic book movie to feature a black lead.
Okay, we
The
got
first
Blade.
one,
Blade was 90.
Blade was 98.
Oh, okay.
Was it 98?
Yeah.
Oh, so Spawn.
Spawn
Spawn.
came out 2 weeks before this, which is probably why this did so poorly. Spawn was out there just killing the box office.
Did
Yes.
Spawn do that well?
I doubt it. I was being sarcastic.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I remember liking that movie up until the end. Friend of the show, Classy, was just referencing that. He's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it and see if it's as bad as everybody says. And I don't think it's as bad until that end part.
It did a whole fuck lot better than this movie.
Okay.
Spawn,
We can't know because we're gonna do
you'll
Spawn.
forget.
Oh, absolutely.
We're not doing it till after I get that Arrow 4K, so it'll be sometime next year.
Yeah,
Okay.
we have a year.
Oh,
to-
next summer we got a
Watch
whole
it,
other
get it
plan.
spot
So
on.
I mean, we're talking about the chick that knows Leia's cell number, and I ain't talking to her. So, what's up, girl? What you up to? I got your celly.
that movie cost $20 million, but it made $87.8 million.
Oh, much
Okay.
better.
So it
Yeah.
made $86 million more than this movie.
Yeah, much better. Yeah, because you didn't have this fucking chick pooping around just dead eyeing
Oh my
the movie.
god, she's the worst.
Let's
Yeah.
get into this because I want to rip on her a little
Yeah.
bit.
And yes, Blade was 98. I had to double check.
Okay.
But speaking of Blade, guess who they originally wanted to play Steel?
Wesley Snipes?
Snipes.
Yeah.
I mean, he would have blended in more because it's really obvious. But like, hey, we need to find this 7'6" black dude from the project. It's like, okay,
Okay, there's a superhero running around. He's got his face covered, so I don't know who he is. But he's about 14 feet tall. And he does this a lot.
he was. He kept talking about the general. I don't know who the general is, but he kept saying, "Have the general, give me a call for quotes."
But Kenneth Johnson, the director, wanted Wesley Snipes. Warner Brothers wanted Shaq because they thought Shaq would sell more toys.
Oh man, you fucked up. Wesley Snipes would have sold you at least one toy.
You know what, though?
me.
I'm glad they didn't because he probably wouldn't have been in Blade if he had done Steel. He would have been like, nah, I ain't doing that comic book shit again.
We'll see if it would have succeeded though.
Yeah.
We don't
Well,
know.
he
But if they
couldn't have
still
been-
if they still had this fucking Annabeth Gish
Annabeth Gish is
playing
the
Sparky, this movie
Maybe-
still would have failed.
Maybe she can't play off of Shaq because who can?
Everybody else in this movie?
This is not everybody's best role because you're acting with pieces of cardboard. She's worse than Shaq.
I mean, the only thing I really know is like she's in movies I've seen. I don't remember her. She's in Double Jeopardy, Wyatt Earp, SLC Punk, Mystic Pizza. But I remember her as Monica Reyes from the latter bad seasons of X-Files.
Gotcha.
She comes in after Mulder has left, but when the T2 guy has started being an X-Files guy.
Oh yeah.
Robert Patrick.
Mm-hmm.
And then Scully is still there, but I think, if I remember right, she ends up becoming basically the Scully to T2 man. So.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, she's
T2,
fine
you
in that, but it's also...
You remembered his name and you're like T2 man.
He's still
Again.
T2 man.
Okay, all right, fair.
Peacemaker's dad.
Sure. I don't like John Cena, so I haven't watched Peacemaker.
It's so
It's so good.
I don't care. Does
All
it have
right.
John Cena?
There's a
He's
second
a-
season coming out.
Does
Yeah.
it have John Cena?
No, it's got Peacemaker.
You're a liar. You're a filthy fucking liar.
He's such
He's-
a good actor that he is Peacemaker.
Yeah.
I don't believe you. Got your liar faces on. You're working in tandem.
Well, just
Do you
I'll-
stay up at night together?
You know
trying
what?
to, like,
I'm
talk-
gonna
it's like
record
you're planning-
Peacemaker on my phone with like a Snapchat filter over John Cena's face the whole time, and then you can just watch that.
Dope.
He's just running around with like a sloth on his shoulder or like a goofy face.
Give
and,
him
like, a
Danny
tongue hanging
Trejo's
out.
face or something.
Yeah, all right. But apparently, this movie did so poorly and was so maligned that in the third draft of the Superman Lives movie, which was never made, the one that Tim Burton was supposed to make with Nicolas Cage.
So you're telling me Superman has like all these superpowers, you know, super strong, but he can't save his hairline?
Yeah.
Cool. Cool.
There is a ballroom scene in Metropolis. One of the guests is John Henry Irons, and the script specifically wrote for Shaquille O'Neill to be in it. And during the scene, Lex Luthor / Brainiac or somebody shoots everyone in the room. John gets shot to bits, confirming he's dead.
Never coming back. He'd get him out of the DCEU. Hey, you know what? James Gunn can bring him in. If anybody can do it, it's James Gunn.
I'm sure he'll bring in Steel.
Yeah,
I don't think
not
Shaq
Shaq.
will be involved.
Not Shaq.
All right.
God no. You can't get Jonathan Majors.
Get Charles Barkley.
He just
Now he's got to stand up.
he kept rescuing everybody and just calling everybody terrible.
Charles
Just
Barkley would be
horrible.
Annabeth Gish's part because he doesn't get out of a chair anymore.
Now we're talking.
Dennis Rodman.
Dennis Rodman would be great, except for that fucking suit would have like a pink mohawk
Yep.
coming off of it and
Fuck
all
yeah.
kinds of graffiti on it. I'm
Fuck
liking
yeah.
this.
It's
Yes.
just like if Simon Says was a superhero movie.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Nice reference, dude. You want to watch it?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's
All right, we'll
record
be back.
first.
Simon Says and Dane Cook.
So we start the movie with this stock footage of molten steel and
For
really terrible music.
A very long while.
And then we get a tank being blasted by a laser mounted with Roman candles.
Sonic waves.
This is the
No,
best
that's
way.
later.
Yeah, this is the laser pointer.
Oh, that's right.
Because I thought to myself, like, what a way to test your weapon. All right, put a bunch of guys in this tank. We're going to use live laser ammunition, whatever you want to call it, until it heats up, and then their balls start cooking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
thought it smelled roasted nuts.
Because we get the second line in the movie is I thought I smelled roasted nuts by Welcome Back Charles Napier.
Yeah,
Welcome
Charles
back.
Napier. He was on Rambo, or sorry,
Two.
First Blood. Rambo : First Blood Part 2.
Wasn't it First Blood Part 2, Rambo, the beginning of the end, when I start wearing a red bandana, and then later I'm going to get juiced out monster rewards?
It was 2 Rambo, 2 Furious.
Okay, got it. Rambo 2, Electric Stabilo.
And Charles Napier, also from Jack's favorite movie, Jury Duty.
Yeah, he's also in my actual favorite movie, one of my favorite movies, Blues Brothers.
Yeah, he is in Blues Brothers. He's in Philadelphia, so he does good movies, and he
Yeah.
also does Steel.
He's just a working man.
Yeah,
He's a working
he's
man.
a grumpy
guys.
old man, and if you need a grumpy old man and you don't want to hire Walter
Matthau,
Matthau or
Jack
Jack Lemmon, then you get Charles Napier
Or fart and razor blade.
or Charlton Heston. He'd be good too.
Oh yeah,
I like
just always
him
think
and
of-
City
is it-
Slickers.
isn't it? Oh God, wait.
That's
Charlton-
Jack Palance.
Yeah.
Jack Palance or Palance?
Doesn't matter. It's not his real last name. It's very, very Russian. But I always think of, is it Charlton Heston in Wayne's World 2? He's like Gordon Street. I remember Gordon Street.
Yeah.
Dude, I know it's a small role. Can we get somebody better? He starts telling the story, just crying. Thank you.
And yeah, basically they're testing these weapons. Let's just get through the beginning here. Shaq is a weapons designer, sure.
Yep.
Named John Henry Irons. Shaq, if you don't know, played basketball, was in a movie called Kazaam.
Yep, summed it up perfectly.
He also had a rap record out there.
Sure he did.
It was also terrible.
Uh-huh. Probably made about as
He's
much
actually
money.
going on tour right now.
Good God, I'll go.
Big ass
That's what we were
Good
watching.
God, I'll go in the same breath. Good
We-
God, how much are tickets, babe?
I saw fucking.
We saw
Corey
Corey
Feldman.
Feldman.
That's not something to brag about, though. You guys say it like you're
I wanted to
cool.
buy that really cool box set he had, but I wasn't paying $120 for Corey Feldman CDs.
I don't think the military is going to let Shaq in because
No, they'd have to redo all of his clothes.
imagine. All right, put this guy. You've seen like boot camp shit. Put this guy in a bed. Put this guy in a normal sized bed. Show me him sleeping in a normal sized bed.
Called Top Bunk.
I'll go dibs on top bunk.
Well, didn't he's standing next to the general, and Shaq's coat is the same body length as
Charles Napier.
Yeah.
Well, and then his other coworker, soldier guy, is Judd Nelson playing Nathaniel Burke. Welcome back. He was on Airheads.
Yeah.
He's also in Boondock Saints 2. If you would remember that. But
Bet it's something really, really homophobic.
I'm sure he doesn't say anything racist or homophobic.
No,
It's
no way.
Boondock Saints 2.
It's a perfect movie.
It's the most woke movie ever made.
I don't think he knows what woke means.
I don't think so either.
But Judd Nelson fucks all this shit up, blows up a building.
Well, because he's right out the bat. I need to push the envelope. He's talking to some
Senator.
Senator, thank
With
you.
the level 4 clearance.
Yeah, he's talking to her like, "Hey, I did this, I did that. I could actually do a better demonstration because it's supposed to be at level 1, and he takes it to 11."
Yeah, he turns it up all the way to level red.
Yeah.
But like, I wanted to get to the thing where so they go to the trial of Judd Nelson, and then Shaq and Judd Nelson are talking afterward, and it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Oh yeah, because
Like the height difference is more than Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
and he is like trying to step to him. Like, just imagine the balls you'd have to look up at somebody's nipples to try and talk shit to him.
Your face is equal with his belly button, and you're like, I will take you out.
If he turned around and farted, it would crush your Adam's apple.
And he just use his nuts as a punching bag.
We don't understand what happened. Was it one of those new sonic weapons? His larynx is crushed, but there's no imprints at all. Smells really weird down here too. Smells like catfish stuffed with confit.
A l'orange.
À l'orange. Whatever the hell à l'orange is.
With orange?
Yeah,
I was
that's
like-
what Ray J said.
Oh.
Ray J's in this
Yeah,
movie.
Ray J's here. Ray J's here.
If you don't know
J's
Ray
inside
J.
this movie like it's Kim Kardashian.
Yep.
All right, I got my joke out.
Oh yeah,
All right,
I gotcha.
but yeah, they put him on trial and he's guilty and he gets kicked out of the army, and then Shaq quits because he doesn't want to make weapons anymore.
We forgot to say that when he blows this thing up, he brings down the house that they're in, the building they're in, crushing Mummy Girl. What's her name?
Sparky.
She's
She's not in a mummy movie.
She's like dead.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
She
I was
is a
wondering. I was like,
mummy.
mummy girl
dude, this dead-eyed, this fucking performance is horrendous.
makes you miss Chris O'Donnell a little bit.
Dude,
A little bit.
Chris
A little
O'Donnell is Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah,
Compared to this lady.
absolutely.
I think I've said that before, and I'll say it again because that's the best actor I can
Just
think
put
of.
him inside of fucking Last Mohicans. No matter where you are, I'll find you. No matter how far away you go, I'll find you. Stay alive. You must stay alive. I don't know where she went.
And there was a minute where like I'm like, is she blind now? Because she's just
And Derek nailed it.
Not
He's like, nope,
moving.
just bad acting. She can see. This bitch can see.
Yeah, that's later on, but Shaq goes to visit her at the VA, and yeah, she's
He
just
goes to
sitting-
pick her up.
goes
And I
to
mean
pick
that in
her up.
every sense of the word.
But yeah, she's just staring out the window, talking to him, and like, she looks blind. She's supposed to look morose or like,
melancholy.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then Shaq opens the
Despondent.
windows.
He
Punches the window open.
I don't think they were windows at first. I think they were not those kind of windows.
Yeah.
You see when it opens, there's like paint. So these were painted shut. They're like, VA people don't get to breathe.
You even
Right?
hear one of the fucking vets like, good breeze.
Good breeze.
Oh. It's like you just like
Subtitles
fucking,
pointed it out.
somebody painted these fucking things closed. I'm like, well, fuck the vets. Let them sweat.
I was
But yeah.
Vets and sweats rhyme.
She does get a spinal injury, so she's
Yeah.
paralyzed. And
Bummer.
it's funny because right after the trial, Shaq goes to visit her in the hospital before she gets transferred, and she's like, I'll come see you when I'm up and about again.
And the nurse
just goes, mm-mm.
Not that. Should have chosen your words a little bit better. She ain't never gonna be up on them feet again.
This nurse is a bitch.
I mean, what else is she supposed to? I would just like look. I would look away and walk out and
Just
move.
continue looking at the little monitor and ignore the conversation.
I would have to move hospitals like across the country.
Well, maybe that's why they moved her to St. Louis.
There we go. She's like, I'm not getting a new job. You're getting a new hospital.
There's nothing we can do for you here.
Good luck getting back up on your feet again.
So we have a
It's
montage.
not gonna happen.
She's gonna try and get a leg up.
We have a montage
Quit pussyfooting
of
around.
She's gonna walk all over the place.
Don't let him walk all over you.
These boots, well,
We're not made for you, my
These
dear.
boots were made for a wheelchair.
I know we sound like assholes because we are.
Yeah,
But
it's in the description.
But
the
that's
stuff that happens with this lady,
made.
the stuff that happens with this lady, like it's supposed to be tragic. She's in a wheelchair and it's just funny. And it's not because she's in a wheelchair, it's because she's so bad. Because she falls out of it later.
The reactions of everybody else around her too. Like Shaq is just like, let her fall.
He's still just doing his little icy hop.
She falls out of a wheelchair. Oh, you know what would fix that?
Do a little shimmy.
So there's a montage of Shaq going home, set to "You Want It, Baby."
And
You
I
Got It."
said,
Supposed to move.
if we don't get Shaq dancing to this, we're taking a star away.
We
Yeah.
are.
So
and-
now, but I don't think you can take a star away. Not a whole one.
I'm giving this at least 1 star.
Oh, okay.
This has a Giuseppe in here. World's longest grenade.
Right?
And there's the first of 3 references to how Shaq can't shoot threes.
Yep.
Oh
Because
yeah.
we need that. And, at least he's a good sport. And I did read something
Yeah,
about...
not when it came to free throws.
He can't do free throws either.
I read something about... he was already signed up for some... maybe it was the Olympic team or something like that when this movie started shooting. So, like, they shot for 8 weeks or whatever. They had him for, like, days.
Really?
Like maybe it was like a week, maybe it was 2 weeks, but it wasn't long. So like they shot everything without him, and then they basically were like, "All right, get in here and do this," which might explain how it's so terrible. Also, I've seen Kazaam, and Shaq's not an actor. So.
Yeah, he's not a Shaqter.
He is a Shaqter.
He's a Shaqter. Did someone say Shackner?
William Shatner.
William Shatner. I'm the icy hot man.
There's something on the rim. It's my ball bouncing away.
I'd watch that all day.
So yeah, he bricks a 3, and these kids all laugh at him. We're introduced to Dantastic.
Which, sorry, he should have just fucking run over there and just ripped the rim down.
Right?
You think it's funny? Think it's funny? I can't make. You know what?
No, I think
Now
he should
nobody
have just
plays.
like pushed all the kids and just dunked on them.
Well, but I mean, like he was. I don't want to say famous, but he was known for ripping rims down,
Oh.
like and shattering backboards.
Yeah, because they're not made to hold the weight of a truck.
Exactly. You're not supposed to have a truck slam a ball. That's not how it's supposed to work. I don't care how many extra helmets it has.
We're introduced to Dantastic Games.
Yeah.
And this guy, I didn't get his name because I couldn't care.
Big Willie.
He's, what did you say, Jack?
He has the Garbage Pail Kids version
Of Anthony
face
Hopkins.
of Anthony Hopkins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it looks like a little stunted sewer baby
With
Anthony
a
Hopkins.
scar.
Sorry, dude.
sewer baby Anthony Hopkins.
That's his name from now on.
And fucking Judd Nelson walks in. He's like, "Yo, you still selling weapons?"
Yeah. Throws his feet up on the desk like, you still selling those weapons, Big Willie? Huh? By the way, no one's ever looked less like a Big Willie or Big Will
That
or
would-
Big anything.
That would be his goon there. It's Spark. No, Sparks is the girl.
mean me?
But that guy.
Yeah, Gravois.
Yeah, I can't remember the actor's name.
Everyone's gonna know him. He's the black dude from Underworld. That's like just a really. I can't even get to that octave. He's one of the Lycans.
It's like if you took Screaming Jay Hawkins from Perdita Durango and put him through a modulator.
Yeah, this is the deepest I've ever heard, and it makes everything he says ridiculously weighted.
Yes.
And it's in such a
We've got company.
we got not a good move, sweetheart.
There's one part where he's not low.
Oh, there's one time we hear him sound like a normal human.
But yeah, basically Judd Nelson is trying to sell weapons to this guy who claims to sell arcade games, but really he just fills them with weapons and
Yep.
sells them. Well, I think he sells arcade games too.
Sure. Well, he's got Danland or
Yeah.
Danzyland.
Danzyland.
It's
I love the
Danamite.
idea of somebody so obsessed with themselves that like want to call it like Adventureland. No, Jack Ventureland.
It's just Jackland.
And I mean, we
We don't
knew-
sell French fries. We sell Jack fries.
and we knew right from the gate that Judd Nelson was going to be the bad guy. And,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
like he showed up on screen. It was like, oh, Judd Nelson's the bad guy.
Oh yeah, look
That's
at that. Look at that bad guy standing back there pretending to be Judd Nelson. Look at that. Huh.
And we meet Grandma Odessa,
yes,
played
we
by
do.
Irma P. Hall. I know her from the Lady Killers, which is not a good movie.
Oh yeah, okay. I've seen that movie once, and I liked basically J.K. Simmons.
It's the worst Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but J.K. Simmons is great in it.
And then also Martin,
Well, it's
played by
J.K.
Ray J.
The way we meet her is like, hey, shh, everyone, shut the fuck up when you come in this house.
And this part where she's making him whisper at least is kind of short. Her and Shaq have a full-on conversation
It's
later
not
in this
ideal.
movie, and it's awful.
Because the whole thing is she's trying to make souffles, and if you talk too loud, I'm sure there is enough noise to shake, like to having Shaq whisper actually makes it deeper, and it probably makes it carry, and that souffle is gonna fold.
Shaq just walked in the house and the floors rumbled and the souffle folded.
Dude,
Yep.
that souffle had no fucking chance.
But yeah, Ray J, who was in Mars Attacks.
Yes, he was.
And
Welcome
Kim
back.
Kardashian.
If you don't know him, he's also Brandy's brother. And
Yes,
So I've heard from you.
from you.
everybody in love with Ray J or Ray J finding love or some shit. I don't fucking
We
know.
were watching Mars Attacks a month ago or so, and Whitney just kept saying, "Is that Brandy's brother?" And I didn't say anything. She's like, "Is that Brandy's brother?" And finally, I was like, "I don't know who Brandy's brother is."
Who's Brandy? I know you know who Brandy is.
I know who Brandy is. I've seen
know.
Moesha.
Yeah. Ooh. Interesting. Not like musical career.
Well, I know she's a
Right?
musician too. but
It's like,
All right.
I was gonna go with the weird TV show that everybody forgot existed.
That's like say like you know Shaquille O'Neill. Yeah, he played the genie. I know him. Do you know Michael Jordan, the Space Jam guy?
Yeah, where would you know him from?
The courts. My childhood.
Was
Baseball
he-
does not have courts.
Yes, it does. When you do something wrong, you get taken to court. Ask Pete Rose.
Look, I knew he was a big baseball player, and he sold shoes.
yeah, he was a shoe man.
Also, don't forget underwear mogul.
Yeah, and a big gambler.
Mm-hmm. Well,
Cigars.
He's an underwear mogul.
Also a mustache advocate.
Yeah, tiny little toothbrush ones.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He also cries when the Earth is dying. That's a famous. That's a famous meme.
That's from the old texts, the ancient tomes.
But Grandma's trying to open a soul food restaurant with French infusion.
Which I'm pretty sure they just call Cajun or Creole.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But I
Yeah.
love her name for it because it's black and blue, but blue is bleu.
Bleh.
Bleu. I actually love it, dude.
I thought it was
Yeah.
awesome.
But I didn't
the
think
best
about
pun
it.
in this
Like
movie.
that's why it sounded so good. Like, man, somebody should do that. Louisiana just looking at you like blink, 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 blink. Have you ever
Yeah, but
heard
they're
of
in
New
LA.
Orleans? The food alone is worth the trip.
Let's go.
I mean, it would be a great thing to have in LA. That's why I think it works. But it's just like you're not reinventing the wheel. You just cover it in butter.
Oh, Shaq gets a job at the Steel Forge because he doesn't want to make weapons anymore. 'Cause
But
it's
like
good
I
for
was
his
saying
soul.
while we were watching,
It's where he worked before he joined the service. I
sure,
think he said.
sure, but you don't need like just because you don't want to make weapons doesn't mean you have to get that low. And I'm not saying what that job is low, but it's lower than what he can do. He should be designing good things. He should be designing magic legs for Lieutenant Dan and shit like that.
Exactly.
You
Yeah,
know,
he
like
just wants to do an honest day's work.
sure, it's not honest to help people walk again.
No, it's that blue collar thing. You
Also,
know?
we see these foremen walking around
Yeah, the foreman. You mean those two strippers who
That-
are wearing hard hats?
that found hot
Yeah.
hats. Yeah, he's like, I love coming. I'll come to work every day. Let me tell you, steel work is hard.
Judd Nelson, it just is a full-on villain, and no one seems to care.
Sorry, Whitney and I are going to do this more, but we didn't talk about this. Is Sparky and Shaq's thing is touching fingers much like E.T.
Ow.
Yeah.
We're docking.
Except for this would be like, you need your pinky on my thumb, and it's not even close to what theirs
Well,
looks
I was
like.
gonna say, especially with his fucking foot-long digits, it looks
Yeah.
like ET
was like,
reaching out
his
for
fingers-
Dude, it looks like a fucking cigar Bill Clinton would love to have in his orifice.
Right? I was just thinking, I was like, even if he did have a small dick, it'd probably look like his fucking thumb.
Well,
That's
what I
still
was-
huge.
That's what I was saying. Like, if that guy has a disproportionate penis to his body, it's a tiny 8.5 inches.
Yeah.
Like,
Hey,
sorry,
no
man,
thanks.
I'm not packing much. It's just like 9.25.
No, it doesn't reach my knee. It shouldn't.
It's good. Oh man, the thought of him on a normal toilet, like just
I'm a giant.
the look of him on a toilet, and you know that his fucking dangle's going fishing.
Yeah, it is.
Like he's dropping that bob in the water.
He's got special toilets that are made, and it's like you go in his bathroom, and it's a giant toilet, like you're Alice, and you've been shrunk.
he take basically the Lincoln Memorial. Just take Lincoln off and have him sit on that thing and chat. That's what my man needs.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember seeing him on what was the MTV Cribs?
Yeah.
And he was talking about his car, and he had some fucking Lamborghini, something
They
like
took the
that.
back seats
I saw him
out.
with a Lexus where they took the front seat out.
Well, he
He
had a
drove
bunch.
from the back.
Yeah.
He had a bunch of cars, but one of them was like, it was some kind of like really expensive sports car, and it was just like, he's like, yeah, it doesn't have a top on it. It can't have a top on it. I was like, you can't drive it.
Yeah,
You
you
can't
need
drive
to
it.
drive Humvees that are for bank robbing only.
Yes.
that is you're relegated to that.
Just
Sorry,
helicopter everywhere.
I bought a horse ranch, but I only have elephants there.
you want this big motherfucker on a helicopter? The weight displacement alone is gonna fuck you up.
Yeah.
He needs one of those double-decker planes just to be like a normal plane.
You need to hoist him. Have you ever seen Operation Dumbo Drop? Rest my case.
Ray Liotta, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, yeah. Danny Glover. He was getting too old for that shit.
Someone says that in this movie. And it sucks.
Yeah,
It's
Richard
Shaft.
Roundtree.
Yeah, all right. He's got some stinkers.
He's got.
They try.
I liked them. Because this movie was written by a very drunk me. Like
this
just
one?
the awful puns, and I mean awful, and I love them.
Kenneth Johnson also wrote this.
Who's he?
The director.
The
Oh,
director.
the guy that had the poopers. You named
Yeah.
some real stink. D3.
Yeah, D3.
We're gonna defend D3.
No. I just was also bringing up that he wrote this.
It shows.
Hey guys, I don't want to sound needy here.
I'm
or anything,
needy.
But we have a Patreon at patreon.com/worstpeople.
Patreon.com.
And it only costs $3 a month.
$3 a month is nothing.
And I know times are hard right now.
Real hard for me.
Inflation's up.
Oh.
You can't afford your groceries.
Can't eat.
But you can afford $3 a month if you love us.
Give us $3.
Super love us.
Please
Yeah.
love us.
We're not begging.
I'm begging.
We're not pleading.
I'm pleading.
We're not down on our knees.
Oh boy,
I mean-
my knees hurt. They've been on so long.
But we do kind of need the money.
I need the money bad.
We need new equipment.
New equipment. We need to do remote podcasts for all of you.
I wouldn't mind eating.
We need to have video.
I wouldn't mind eating.
We need more drinks.
Food sounds good.
So please check out patreon.com/worstpeople.
Please check us out.
You get a bonus episode every month, and we're going to have more content coming for you.
I'll send you pictures.
Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Please give me more.
Patreon.com/worstpeople.
I'm being held hostage here. If I don't pay my way out of here, they're going to kill me.
But like, yeah, Judd Nelson's making these weapons, doing tests. People are getting hurt. There's this like secretary lady who's like, you know, because he's like, what? Fucking shit happens. Accidents happen. She's like, they can happen to you too. And he's like, oh yeah?
Idea.
Throws this bitch in an elevator and is just like,
Click.
like no one. I understand that Big Willie is corrupt.
Sure, but don't fuck with my people.
You just crashed an elevator in his building. Not only did you kill 3 people, you destroyed a whole section of this building.
You caused
Yeah.
some damage. The takeover of Big Willie's style is so fucking fast and easy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unlike the introduction, like the first half of this movie, where it's all the build up and setup. It was 45 minutes before
45
he's
minutes
even
bef-
in the suit.
Yeah, before we
Yeah.
get the suit.
Shaq and Ray J go on a ride along, and I'm like, Shaq's not fitting in this cop car.
Nope.
Again, cars cannot have a top if he is in them.
Like, this is just a mini version of it. I'm 6'2", and there's a lot of things in this world that are already kind of uncomfortable for me.
Yeah.
6'2",
Like the back of a Volkswagen.
versus shut up, Gil Hicks. But 6'2" and 7'6" are vastly different.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a different world. I have to duck coming under your lamp. He would have to duck coming into your everything.
Yeah, this house was built for short people.
Yeah. I mean,
Built in 1969. We were
Yeah.
smaller back then.
much smaller. I know my house is like from the 50s. I'm like, man, we were tiny. But yeah, I couldn't imagine being this large and trying to just exist. You have to make money because you're going to have to buy everything custom.
Yeah.
Did they say how they knew this chick, or they're just on a ride along with this cop?
Oh,
Na-
yeah, they
Naomi.
I
said.
didn't pay
She's
that
like,
much
do you remember the
attention.
last time we were in this cop car together? And
We
he's
definitely
like,
didn't have sex because you can
Rachel's
barely
in the
fit.
back.
Like, I feel like this is like they put
It's
him
his
in,
old
they put him in
girlfriend.
this cop car, but they were like, it's one of those cars where they're pulling it on a trailer, right? Because that's how you shoot a movie. And they're like, okay, take the engine out. Shaq, just put your legs up here.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's why they couldn't have a partner. His legs were sitting shotgun. His feet just big old fucking size. Ooh, I want to say like 22s.
At least
Take a guess.
Yeah.
24 wide. I don't think you get wides once you're at that size, but there's a robbery happening.
22.
22.
Do I know my feet?
It's weird.
Not
you
proud
do.
of that.
But yeah, there's a robbery going down. They're using the weapons from the beginning of the movie.
All right, busted.
And Shaq, or Naomi or whatever this chick's name is that's giving them a ride along, gets the call. So she's like, hey, I've got civilians with me. I'll go answer this armed robbery call.
It's
Sure.
Norma because I remember it looking like normal
Oh, okay.
because it was
That was close.
Norma
Naomi,
exclamation.
Norma. Naomi's like the sexy version of Norma.
She's about
It
to be
is.
out of this movie pretty quick.
Yeah, it doesn't
she
really
is.
matter. No one should was be what her name tag said.
Noon. Who's
but-
Noon? It's pronounced no one.
But like, Shaq gets out to like go try to help these cops, and she tries to stop this truck like by pulling in front of it, and it's fucking big dude like bad move, baby.
Bad move, sugar tits.
Sonic boom.
And yeah, Sonic booms the car away, and Shaq just lifts this lady up like just
I've got to get her out of here. Grab her by the scruff of her neck like she's a bad puppy. Dude, it's just like, and I commented because I want to be picked up like this.
Yeah.
Being a larger individual, there's not a lot of things on this earth that can scoop me and make me feel like a little wee baby. So if you're out there and you're 7'6" and you want to swaddle me, let me know.
But yeah, so he chases down one of the robbers, which doesn't make any sense because there's no fucking way 7'6" giant man Shaq is running as fast as this.
He's athletic.
5'4"
Like, don't
kid.
get me wrong. Like,
Yeah,
he's athletic, but not a sprinter. He is not.
Yeah, you know what? You're not gonna catch like a souped up Honda Civic in your Ford F-150,
Right.
No.
and he's twice a Ford F-150.
He should have taken a fucking rock or something, just brained it, like thrown it across the yard and knocked him out. Like, cool. That's a chase I can believe.
Yeah. But he chases him into this train yard, and there's this whole thing with these trains clickety clacking, which seems unsafe. But I guess the guy
Absolutely.
says when they run through there, he's like, "Hey, you're gonna get hurt."
Yeah, cool. It's that dangerous. You have one guy
Yeah,
watching it.
dude. And this kid knocks this dude out, and his head falls on the tracks, and a train is coming. And I was like, "Come on, do it,
Do it, you
Yeah, we
fucking
wanted a
pussy.
pumpkin smash.
What is this, PG-13?
Yeah.
PG maybe?
PG-13,
PG-13?
Yeah.
Squish that head.
squish it."
Get a painted-ass pumpkin and squish it.
But
once again, Shaq is like, just grab that, move
Well,
him
and they don't show how
there.
Shaq, because he's stopped at the fence that has barbed wire. I don't
Yeah.
know how he got through that.
T2'd it.
Because they do show
It's a different
earlier.
kind of steel, man. He made that new alloy.
They show earlier when the kid runs through, like slides through some gates on like a fence, and Shaq's just like, move that.
Yep. Just gonna Kool-Aid man my way through this place.
There's a bit of a Buster Keaton gag in here, which I guess got people rolling. It's for the grandparents who had to take their kids to their grandkids
It's
to the
to
theater.
show you how smart and athletic he is.
Yeah, because this kid uses the sonic boom to knock over one of the train cars, and he rolls over to the opening.
Which it would have been just as fast to roll backwards.
Also,
Yeah.
though, he just rolls to that opening. I'm like, you got to roll that opening and then sit up.
Yeah.
That opening is not 7'6". It might be exactly 7'6".
Again, trains aren't meant for this
It's a
large
good
man to
thing
stand
he's
up
bald
inside.
though. Like the thing falls, but it's right there. If he had
Oh,
hair,
yeah.
it would have.
well, he balled up. He wasn't flat. He was.
Oh, okay.
He was curled.
He knows. He knows.
He
how
was
to potato.
fetal.
He knows. He's been on a trampoline where someone tried to crack that egg.
Oh,
I like he catches this
Get
kid.
that fucking thing moving.
whew.
You launch him in the air. So he's coming down. Scarifying.
He jumps on it and just goes.
It's,
Well-
he bounces off the ground.
It was really fun having a trampoline for that hour.
I guess we have to buy new springs.
Shack to basics.
But he catches this kid and he's like, if you don't tell me where you got this gun, you're gonna find my fist in your mouth. And I'm like, I don't think it's gonna be in.
Dude, he's
Again, Shaq is a gigantic man.
Yeah.
This
It'll
guy's
be his
fist
face.
is the size of this 16-year-old kid's head.
Yeah.
yes. It is, he has a
again, punch
coconut
him.
for a fist.
Squish it.
So, dude, give me the rated R cut of steel. The Zack Snyder steel. Somehow Jared Leto's there.
And the kid gets rescued by Slats.
Slats?
Yeah. that
Yeah,
sounds
which
right.
I knew this guy immediately. I was like, I see him playing a doctor. He's in the good.
He's in The Good Doctor.
But he's also in CSI.
He was in like one episode of a lot of things I've
Yeah.
watched, but I couldn't nail him down. Neither could his ex-wife. Hey,
Oh,
Hill Harper is
Yeah.
this guy's name. Apparently, he stars in CSI New York, so that's
Yeah.
his
and I've
thing.
probably seen him on like promos for that more than anything.
Yeah, I know I recognized something when we were flipping through the IMDb, but I forgot what it was.
Yeah.
I mean, not so much here. You see that he's got an eye patch, and I was like, well, that's weird. But right after this, Shaq goes to their little gang hideout. That's where the Purple Men hang out, or whatever the fuck their
yep,
gang's
the Purple
called.
Gang.
And that I was waiting for this kid to start yelling "guzzling."
Uh-huh.
Like this is some straight up Mad Max shit, and this is a '80s and '90s thing, right? Like you get a presumably white director. Kenneth Johnson sounds like a white guy to me. He wrote D3.
Kenny, yeah. Oh, yeah. You don't have you don't have a person of color writing D3.
He's Kenny J.
He's Ken John.
This is just a thing where like you have like a white director, you have like a gang.
How do we urban this up?
How do we make them look like a gang? They all look like steampunk nightmares.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like this kid is wearing like a leather eye patch like Dennis Hopper in Waterworld.
Uh-huh.
And he's got like bondage gear on underneath his like purple trench coat or whatever the fuck is happening.
He is a space pirate and an X-Men villain.
Yes. Correct.
Yeah, he should be able to like shoot like rings of lasers out of his fists.
Yeah, I'd believe that.
He kind of looks like Havoc is what I'm saying.
Black Havoc.
Yeah. Black Havoc.
Ooh, reboot X-Men and make the Summers brothers black.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Piss off everybody.
Fuck yeah.
I love it.
I love that.
Heard it here first, kids.
These fictional characters are actually white.
They're
fictional.
This is ruining my childhood. Cyclops is white. The guy that can shoot lasers out of his eyes that's only stopped by Ruby is always white. Stay in reality.
But he marries fucking Jean Grey and she's a redhead and redheads and black people can't mix.
Oh, God, yes, we can.
This is just the internet, not
Yes, we can.
me. Then we won't make her a redhead anymore. She's Asian.
Problem solved. Actually, Jean Grey's a dude.
Ooh.
Gene.
You're making him black and gay.
Oh, no. Reddit explodes with fire.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Do it.
But yeah, he confronts them and they're like, we don't know anything about this shit, whatever. But now these kids have seen Shaq.
Yeah.
The 7'6" man
Uh-huh.
who looks like a wall.
Kind of the thing of this movie is how easy it is to know who the fuck you are because you
Judd
are
Nelson is the only one who has a clue.
Yeah.
And it's not even because of that. It's because he's like, oh, he's got the same weapons. We designed them together.
Did a building just get built behind me or is John there? John Henry.
So yeah, we have Sparky. She gets picked up. We talked about that. They go to the junk cave, which is a junkyard owned by Richard Roundtree.
Quick, get my junk repellent. I don't want any dudes thrusting at me.
Richard Roundtree, welcome back to the podcast. He was in George of the Jungle.
Yes, he was.
He played Kwame.
Yeah, at least
Sound right?
I can't remember his exact name, but he's the lead
think
of
that was it.
the tour.
Yeah, and then
The
of course
Safari.
he's Shaft.
We're gonna know that.
Shaft.
We're gonna definitely understand his name is Shaft.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's playing Uncle Joe. People just call me Uncle Joe. And basically the thing
Because
is...
you just said it's your name. He said it like a weird way. Hi, I'm Uncle Joe. People just call me Uncle Joe because you just told me to. That's you just introduce yourself as Uncle Joe.
Hey, I'm Derek. People call me Derek.
Do you want me to call you something else?
Whatever.
All right, Derek.
Hi, I'm Whitney. People call me Twithany.
That's true though.
But
Or
like
Tiffany.
basically they're setting up their superhero gang here, right? Richard Roundtree is like the Q. He's gonna like
Yep.
get all the stuff and put things together.
Sparky is literally
Sparky
the
is-
man in the chair.
She is the man in the chair.
Can't help it.
She's the guy in the chair because I mean, what else is she gonna do, right?
True.
She can tippity tap and do all that stuff, and I love he's got like this computer. It's supposed to be super advanced or whatever, and he's like 500 megahertz and slam bam. Thank you, ma'am. Something or other.
Yeah.
Like what? You just were saying all the like you started with 500 megahertz, which I don't think really describes anything in a computer.
I couldn't tell you.
Megabytes.
Wes, let us know.
Yeah.
Megabytes.
Yeah, somebody out there listening is like megahertz. What?
I was waiting for them to say something though, because I love like old computer shit in movies. Because someone's like, that has an 8 megabyte hard drive. Do you know what we can put on that? We can store
This
the world's
has-
financial information.
Yeah, we're over here dealing with terabytes now.
Ray J gets a job working for Judd Nelson and Captain Willie.
Sewer baby.
There is the scene that I referenced a little bit where Sparks falls out of wheelchair, and
It's
it happens. We're all sitting here together watching this movie. She falls out of the wheelchair, and I'm trying so hard to hold back a laugh because I was like, they're all gonna think I'm a piece of shit, and everybody else starts laughing. I was like, oh, thank God.
because it's like Shaq just grabs Richard
Well, you
Roundtree.
called it out. You're like, don't anybody help her.
Because I thought I was being a dick. Like, don't let her fucking struggle. Because, dude, I'm sorry. I get what they're trying to do, the message they're trying to send. But if you're a friend that is freshly in a wheelchair that is not used to that shit falls, you at least go fucking off, or you don't just sit back to like, no, keep welding. She'll be all right. Trust me,
Well,
she needs this.
And it's the way she falls out of the wheelchair too, because she's like reaching for something
Using
that's
a lot
on a
of them
shelf.
legs.
She's
Yeah.
reaching for something that's on a shelf though, and she's like, "Oh, my wheelchair's about 3 feet back. I'll just lunge,
Yeah.
like roll it a little forward, reach." She's just like, "I
new
got
to-
this."
She's new to a wheelchair. She thought lunging was the right move.
But she does thank him. She's like, "Thank you for helping me and for not helping me."
We get it. We get it.
God, she's so bad.
You had more inflection than she did.
Yeah, that's true.
I can't be as bad as her.
I think Mork is better than her.
She is on the Mork level.
Yeah, he would take this role away from her if he was a woman.
Yeah.
Thank you for helping me. And not helping me.
By the way, Mork, we're not talking about Robin Williams, guys. Go back and listen to Miami Connection.
Or just watch it.
Or just watch Miami Connection. But they don't call him Mork in that, so you might not know.
We're going to get Whitney.
Mork Norris.
It might be our first commentary. I said it about a couple things.
But so they have this montage of building his suit. She sets him up with earbud and camera, and a man named John Henry needs a hammer.
Yeah.
The
That-
shaft is my
So
favorite
Whitney
part.
said that she does. Yeah. Oh. The shaft is my favorite part. Delivered by Richard Roundtree. Played Shaft before.
And what did I say?
You had said that you don't know the fable of John Henry.
I do not.
I think that he ends up losing, but the whole thing was it was industry versus people, where big giant black guy, real good at hammering things and whatnot, went up against a machine that was. I think they're supposed to like dig a tunnel with a hammer or something.
I thought they were doing railroad.
Railroad. That's what it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
that
Laying
kind of
railroad
actually
And
laying nails and shit.
like the whole thing is that he ends up dying. Like his heart explodes fighting the machine. So it's not a great
Person to
fable to. No, it's good because he went out, the
swinging.
way
Trying
he
to
lived,
stop the man.
swinging, nice. But yeah,
You're rubbing off on me.
He's not right now. He definitely died. Like industry wins.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Industry wins.
Yeah. Look, you're going to die doing it, but fight back anyway.
Yeah, I like that.
So he goes out for his first night of stealing steel work. Steel capades.
Steel Magnolias.
Stealing is good.
And he busts
Just
this
spelled
mugger.
differently.
He busts this mugger, played by John Hawkes, who is Danny McBride's younger brother, I think, in Eastbound and Down. He's in a bunch of shit.
He's a
but
recognizable face for
That's
sure.
the one I know. Like, I wasn't 100. I was like, I know this guy, and I'm scrolling through, and I was like, duh.
I think he's in Deadwood, but I have to go back and look.
Yeah, he was in Deadwood
Okay.
also. Yeah.
So he's Timothy Oliphant's. I only say this because it's a big part of the plot, but like his Jewish partner.
So yeah, the guy mugs these people. Steel goes and stops him, takes the shit back, and then he like gives the stuff to this old fucking couple. It's Batman's parents, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh,
Like,
absolutely.
He gives the stuff back to Batman's parents, and then he's like, I don't remember what he says, but he's just like,
Be safe out there.
I'll see you later, citizen, and steps backward onto an escalator. And just,
Got us laughing so fucking hard, dude.
Oh, I wish he would have just stayed backwards, but no,
Same.
he turns around and runs up the stairs.
Is he just gonna keep staring at us the whole
just
time?
stand there the whole time, dramatically looking at them.
What should we do, Martha? I'd just wave.
And let's talk about this steel costume.
Okay.
This is fucking
terrible.
stupid.
It is the flimsiest steel I've ever seen. His face thing is like every time he talks, it's all wow, wow.
It's a special alloy.
Yeah, sure.
Only his cheekbones can move it.
So I mean, okay, again, the comics, it was a whole face. It was like just a more Iron Man thing, but like think of Iron Man steampunk rivets.
Right, but they couldn't do that to Shaq's head.
You wouldn't.
They didn't
Nowadays,
have enough
it would be
steel.
a full CGI. Yeah, exactly. Nowadays, you just do a big CGI thing.
It kind of just looks like a really buff Silver Surfer with a cape.
Oh, okay. It
I mean, I don't know what
does.
era that's from, but yeah, nothing like what we see here, which looks like someone welded together garbage and slapped it on Shaq.
Well, that's what happened.
Oh, that's right.
That's exactly what happened. Oh my god. I'll be dipped in shit and rolled in breadcrumbs.
Is that another one of Odessa's recipes?
Why is Odessa taking heat for trying to
Right?
better herself?
I know. She's like, I'm trying to do something to get out of my situation. and everybody's like, fuck you, old lady.
Look, I don't know why you guys always give me so much flack. I'm just trying to open a restaurant in my front yard. And every time I bring it up, you say it's a bad idea.
I don't. I say go
and then
for
COVID
it.
hits, and she's like, outdoor restaurant didn't seem so bad.
Guess
now,
who
does
has
it?
outdoor seating, motherfucker?
You fucking idiots.
They can cross on the other side of the street.
So he goes and interrupts a gang shootout.
Sure does.
And this guy, speaking of bad acting, this driver, like they pull up and they see this pile of trash standing in the street. And he's like, damn, homie, what the hell?
What the hell
Is that?
homie?
What do we call it? The passenger, Jaime Franco's.
Because it looks like a James
Mexican
Franco
Yeah.
just doing a.
You mean the guy that
Hispanic.
yells, I'm going to smoke you like a blunt?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good line.
That's my pickup line. Smoke you like a blunt.
All right.
I can smoke a blunt for hours.
I'm trying to figure out how smoke you like a blunt works if you're picking up a lady, though.
You'll see.
All right.
He'll see.
I'll see you tonight. Try
let's
and use
see.
that line on somebody. All right.
They come trying to drive at him with their car. And he's got another great killer one-liner. It's hammer time.
Woo!
And then
Dude,
proceeds to not use his hammer, but
Yeah.
use the sonic boom
he
gun.
doesn't once use this hammer as a hammer.
Nope.
It is a gun, a magnet, a fucking dog deterrent, a cane. There might be a lightsaber in there. I'm not sure.
I'm pretty sure.
It's a Swiss Army hammer.
I mean, it's got a laser.
It's got a laser.
It's kind of like a lightsaber.
You can light a cigarette with that.
But yeah, when he blows the car away, that's when we get that line from Shaft.
Yeah.
I'll be dipped in shit and rolled in breadcrumbs or
There's
whatever.
not that one, but you said the hammer time. There is a lot of pop culture references in this movie.
Yeah, because they were like, this is so fucking smart. People are going to love it.
Uh-huh.
This is going to be the next big thing. You guys remember that Superman movie in 1978 and they're still trying to make them now? Well, you could buckle up, bitch. Steel for the next 40 years.
I would love the reboot Steel. I would be elated.
I mean, looking at what James Gunn's doing, he's got Nathan Fillion playing the weirdest Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Guy Gardner, I think. The one who...
Uh-huh.
People laughed about how he looked in the trailer. He looks ridiculous.
Oh, he doesn't look like him at all.
Do me a favor and Google Guy Gardner.
Mm-hmm.
He looks exactly like Guy Gardner.
That's going to be perfect.
It's awful. It's good in the way he did it in the movie is good. That guy looks awful. Whoever approved that drawing should have been fired.
Can't wait for your wife to It's so good.
Wow.
We might have to post that on some socials.
So he runs away from the cops. It's a good thing we're doing this episode today, by the way. A new Superman trailer dropped.
Oh, nice.
I didn't watch it.
I don't watch.
I saw the
trailers anymore.
teaser, and I think I'm good because I already want to see the movie.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah, I'm afraid for the trailer to ruin.
I'm
The
terrified
problem
of
is going
trailers
to
now.
movies.
That's
You,
why.
you can control it here.
That's why I'm bringing my earbuds with me from now on. Put in my earbuds and look down and just wait 4 minutes and
I'm
then
just
look
going to
back
show
up.
up late. I almost do every time.
Well, there's trailers. I always want to see the new trailers.
No.
I just don't want to see the
No,
second
no
or
more
third or fourth or
trailers.
fifth or sixth or seventh or eighth or ninth. He runs from the cops, goes across rooftops and stuff, which would be physically impossible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Derek pointed out that, dude, these roofs can't.
Well, it's just like in the Fast and Furious movies. Like I told you guys, when they're driving cars across people's rooftops,
And they're falling apart.
and no, they're not. These cars are going. Like sometimes there's stuff. I don't remember if it was that or something else I was watching, where you go across. Maybe it's one of those Transformers movies, and it holds up the weight of this massive machine, and then once the machine leaves, the building collapses. I'm like, no,
It's not how it works, dude.
that's like telling me okay, I'm just gonna put a bunch of paper cups across the floor and run on them, but when I get to the end, they'll all be crushed, but I
Yeah.
won't fall.
Yeah, I'll have just enough time to delicately Legolas off.
No, I know these are high rises that are made to withstand earthquakes, but you have Shaq wearing a battleship,
yeah.
Shaq is probably up at 280 or so.
and then
He's got 75 pounds of shit on there.
at least if it's steel's heavy, right?
It's a new alloy, dude.
Oh, okay.
They say 70 something pounds.
Oh, that's dumb.
I'm not just guessing. I'm not a fucking
I've-
steel aficionado.
I thought you were being a steel expert.
I'm not Steven Spielberg.
I like it. He should have directed this movie.
Dude, Steven Spielberg directed Steel, bro. Oh man,
Steelmatic.
Then you could put Shaq in Steel Magnolias. Where it's just him dead acting with fucking wheelchair dead actress.
There's people
They're
die
just-
in Steel
all
Magnolias.
it is
so-
they
Do
all,
they?
yeah.
Never
all it
seen
is they opened a flower shop. It's not the movie that you know anything about. It's just Steel and Sparky selling flowers now because
I would
they
try
defeated
this
crime.
one. Oh, I crushed it. Oh, I crushed it. Oh, can you just grab your own flower?
I'm gonna put this little delicate thing on. Ruined it. He falls off a roof into a trash can, and we get a
Sure
great
does.
line because Jack wrote this movie. I'm fine, just a little trashed.
I like it. I liked it, dude. It made me chuckle. Apparently, me sober likes drunk me.
And
That's a good thing.
Yeah, I think so.
And then he jumps on the world's largest motorcycle, apparently.
But it looks like me
It
riding
still looks
one
like
of
a
those little
little
minis.
trike.
It
Yeah.
does still look small, but a regular motorcycle, again, the shocks, the tires,
Yeah.
these things wouldn't hold him.
No.
Yeah.
It's like a
if
Ducati.
I jumped on a fucking, whatever the small ones are, 200 or whatever, the little...
And Derek had pointed out while we were watching, there's no stuntman because you can't.
no.
Because who the
So-
fuck... You get the dude, Matthias Hughes or whatever his name was, the guy from Dark Angel that played the bad guy. They were talking about how they
Oh,
couldn't
yeah.
get a stuntman for him because he was too big.
Yeah.
You get that guy, blackface.
I'm sure it's going to work out perfectly.
Yeah, no, it'll go down really
Steel
well
face.
in history.
Go down, get steel face.
Well, if he covered his whole face, it'd be easy.
He's just gonna do black chin.
No, he wears the helmet and then he puts the cowboy hat on top of the helmet.
Cowboy hat.
Bad stuntman joke. It's
What movie was that?
something stupid.
Oh God, it was. You guys did it.
Was it Sam Elliott
Oh,
and Peter Weller in
Was it that?
Shakedown?
was it Shakedown? I don't know. I just remember
No,
seeing.
no, it was probably Don Johnson in Harley Davidson and Marlboro Man.
No, the one I'm
No.
thinking of, we saw.
It was a while ago.
It might have been one of the. Might have been before you were here. It might have been like Laser Blast or something.
Oh.
We saw somebody
With a full-on white.
because the guy driving the
motorcycle
guy in the
helmet?
movie had not worn a cowboy hat at any point in the movie. And then suddenly, when they were driving this car, he was wearing a cowboy hat. And it's so that when they cut to the wide shot, they could try to hide the stuntman's helmet by putting a cowboy hat on the helmet.
It looked
Okay,
like putting
I
a
have
kid's
not
cowboy
seen
hat
that.
on Shaq.
Howdy, partner. Time to go ride it. Shaq on a horse.
Oh, that poor horse. No, he needed ox.
Hope you have a Mongo.
Yeah,
It's Mongo
Yeah,
from
he
Blazing
needs-
Saddles.
yeah, he needs-
He has an ox.
yeah.
There you go.
But so he escapes from the cops by going to the trash cave, and like they literally have it inside of a pile of junk. So from the outside, it just looks like garbage.
Yeah.
And
I
it's
like these
really,
like almost Ninja Turtle gadgets where like the pile of junk lifts up, you can go in there. I think coming up later, his bike, they roll it right up into the
into
Yeah,
the back of
like
the.
red
Because they have
truck.
they have the wheelchair ramp
yeah.
for
It's
Sparky.
a perfect cover.
That's actually why they put it in. And then Shaq was like, "What, could I get a motorcycle?" And they're like, "That would work.
Fuck yeah.
We already have
They already
it.
have the ramp.
If it fits, that bike sits.
This is ADA approved."
Done. We're getting 2 uses out of this. It's more efficient that way, right?
Yeah, always.
Oh, I like the line though. It's like they're in there and they're talking, and Sparky's like, "Shut the fuck up! The cops are gonna hear us in the helicopter?" ? And Shaft is like, "Don't worry, they won't see anything but a pile of junk." And then immediately. you hear the helicopter pilot. It's just a pile of junk.
Were you not entertained by that?
That one I was entertained by, and I was entertained by I love the Shaft line too, but it's just like it's so groan inducing.
It's cringy. It's dad jokes. It's a cringy dad joke that you're like, oh.
Judd Nelson meets up with Slats, talks to him about basically trying to get information about Steel, trying to figure out who he is because it's very mysterious.
It's tough.
And this is where I get
Have
the
you
opening
seen anybody
line.
ducking when they go through doorways?
Well, I love that he's like, do you know anything about this guy Steel? No, he's just a punk running around aluminum foil. You mean you didn't spot that he's the dude that you were just talking shit to yesterday in
Right.
your little gang hangout?
Right?
Like
Man,
speaking of
there's
the Ninja
something
Turtles,
familiar about looking up at this angle at you. Huh.
I didn't see him break a pool cue though, so it couldn't be the same guy.
Couldn't be the same guy. That guy was wearing like a fuchsia, almost magenta shirt.
Yeah. He wasn't in Steel.
Shaq went to confront that gang, and they're all wearing their purple stuff. But it's like dark purple, like cool gang purple, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
He walks in wearing just like a shirt that you would see a fucking like frisbee bro wearing
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
They're
if
called
you're-
polos.
If you're walking, it wasn't even a polo; it was a t-shirt. But it was like, but
But
it
No,
was
I
that.
think this is a t-shirt right
It was
here.
it was like a it was like you took a white shirt and washed it with your reds.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks unintentionally this color.
Okay.
But it's where we get the opening line of the podcast from, because Judd Nelson's eating a hot dog, or offers him a hot dog. He's like, I don't eat pork, and don't worry, it's turkey. And then he tells him, eat the hot dog, don't be the hot dog.
'Cause he's like,
and I'm not 100% sure what that means.
You don't?
Eat or be eaten.
Well,
No,
you don't
no.
want
Eat the hot dog means use the guy that's acting like an idiot.
to. Okay.
Don't be the idiot.
Maybe I just
Oh.
wasn't paying attention anymore.
I'm making it work.
All right.
That's all it is. Because he's saying, the Judd Nelson is throughout this movie continues to use people.
Oh, yeah.
and give
And-
no shits
and
about their
throw
life.
them
And I
away.
think that's his lesson. It's like, dude, don't be a hot dog. Eat that hot dog. I'm just surprised this black dude didn't look over like, you hitting on me? I'm not gonna suck your dick, dude. Eat the hot dog. No, you.
It's like Team America. Now suck my cock.
What?
So then the bad guys go to rob the Federal Reserve.
I was expecting like a Goodfellas moment because he's like, you're flossing a little bit too much because you got that gold chain and shit.
Yeah.
I was expecting him to fucking just have that Goodfellas moment where everyone's just dying off, hanging in a meat locker or a meat truck.
That would have been nice.
They
Would have
go.
been nice. Whitney's just rooting for murder. That would have been nice. You know, Derek, you know what sounds good? Watching people die.
Let's kill that Mad Max gang.
Let's
Yeah.
kill. We have to attack those Morlocks. It's a deeper X-Men reference. Points if you understood that.
The Morlocks, though, could. I mean, yeah, it's an X-Men reference.
Yeah.
It's also a time machine reference.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Anyway,
That's who's that? Whose movie is that?
well, the Time Machine was a book, and they made some movies too. I don't remember if any of them were good.
Famous author?
Yes.
Michael Crichton.
No, it's like an 1800s book,
Oh, okay. Jules Verne.
probably. Someone like that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right.
I've read it.
We'll get there.
Yeah. We'll do an episode about
We'll do
it.
a book cast.
But
Man,
yeah.
just imagine this transcribed as a fucking written book. So fucking stupid. It's already stupid we're recording it.
They go and rob the Federal Reserve, and Shaq shows up to stop them, and we got fucking Chili O or whatever, just like, we got company.
Dude, it is so. It's the deepest. You
It's
have
so
to watch
low
this,
you can barely hear
You
it.
have to watch this movie if it's free, just for that. Like just because he is, it is the lowest thing you're gonna hear. Vin Diesel, no. Screaming Jay Hawkins, no. Javier Bardem, no. This is lower.
This is like brown note status.
This is brown nose status, dude. That's you're getting there. Again, we need to reverse Derek's balls kicking. I hope that comes out great.
I tried to. You weren't looking. I tried to do a
Oh, through the
little
book.
talkie thing, talk box.
I liked this movie.
Anyway, this is a professional episode. Jack said it
I
before we
called
started.
it, dude. I knew it. As soon as I said that, I was like, Derek's gonna fucking throw the microphone, isn't he?
So there's a big shootout. One of the guys shoots this helicopter and it almost crushes the cop, and so Shaq saves him, which is important for later. He chases this Hummer on his motorcycle. There's some laser shooting.
Yeah.
The laser doesn't look that bad,
No,
and the sonic boom actually looks really good, and so do like the impacts.
it's a better
Yeah.
Street Fighter movie.
Because like the sonic boom,
Somehow, it's a better
The-
Street Fighter movie.
the sonic booms, like the actual thing, you know, you just put some wavy shit on your screen, that's fine. But like when it hits stuff and it explodes, they're blowing shit up. Which
I
is
thought
cool.
about that while we were watching. I didn't say it out loud, but like, there's fire.
Yeah.
The thing that looks the worst, I think, was when he did the magnet thing, and it was like
Oh,
he
slowly
wasn't
collecting
on the
everything?
street, like it's superimposed.
Yeah.
That's the worst look of this movie.
Well,
I still don't understand why the car didn't get sucked to him.
Because of the Force. No, I got nothing for him.
the
Pseudoscience.
thing that looked the worst to me was these Roman candle bullets.
Sure.
Because like I'm like, just shoot some fucking Roman candle shit. Like, but they're CGing in these little like flares that are coming out, and I'm like, this is trash.
You CG'd that? Like
Yeah.
that's what you did. You looked at that and thought that's a final product?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Just put the fucking blanks in that shoot sparks that we get in like 80s movies anyway, and just call it that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have
Yeah.
to see the little thing traveling. Yeah.
I mean, we don't see
it
bullets
also looks
travel
slow
anyway.
enough just to duck too. This is a devastating weapon. Whoop, whoop. Oh, if you can hit somebody. Whoop, whoop.
Well, I like how when it hits anybody or a car, the person like "Bah!" and immediately dies. Cars explode. Shaq got shot without his suit, and he's just like the next day, like, oh, good thing I got that icy hot.
That was exactly.
Ding. But he escapes doing the wheelchair ramp van thing.
Yep.
Judd Nelson transmits
Van Ram thing.
Judd Nelson transmits the videos of the robbery because his whole goal is to sell these weapons to all of these villains from Hot Shots Part 2.
We got
Yeah.
the Nazis.
Yeah, you got some skins.
You got skinheads, the leader of which is played by Tim DeZarn, who's been on the podcast before, and I'll keep talking about it until Jack watches Cabin in the Woods.
Oh yeah, he's the Harbinger.
Cool.
He's the Harbinger.
Make
But he
me.
was on Demon Knight.
It's a terrible movie.
Make me.
He was that stupid little floppy haired blonde kid's dad who got turned into a demon. But yeah, it was like weird. We flipped through this cast. It's literally like Hot Shots Part 2. I think it's the one where they're going through all the like just the different villains around the world, and it's all just like racial stereotypes. And that's exactly what they do here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, when we get the weapons, look at this, a gun. I want the gun. Do you want the gun? We get the gun. Come on.
We still weren't
I
admitting.
buy my weapons straight up cash, don't you know?
We still weren't admitting that Italians, committed crimes and were evil.
Yeah.
There were no Italians. There was Middle Eastern people. There was people speaking Spanish, so presumably like cartel or
You
something.
had some British.
There was British gangsters, and there was neo-Nazis.
And there was an Australian guy.
No, I think that was
I
the
think he
British.
was supposed to be British.
I think that's youngish Mick Jagger.
I need that gun there now, isn't it? Oi!
Look at that. I done nicked it, so don't go touching it at all.
Why do you think Australians talk like that? Because they were all the fucking cognies that were put in jail.
Yeah.
I need them buns and mullets.
Bob's your
and
uncle.
mullets.
That's Cockney for guns and bullets. So
That's also how you go to Country Thunder. Looking for buns and mullets, my friend. I'm gonna put
that was the only thing I could think of in a short notice that rhymed with
good.
guns and bullets.
Yeah. Also, I'm gonna go put the cunt in Country Thunder this year.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not
Next
going.
year?
I'm not going.
So we have the scene with Grandma Odessa calling him out because Grandma Odessa is the only person who actually figures this out based on the information given to us. Like I said, Judd Nelson figures it out because of the weapons.
Right.
Other people figured
There's
out.
news,
The
though, it's
cop
like-
figures it out later because of the cut on the chin.
He's
Yeah.
7'6". He's very polite. He's on
Yeah.
the right
Oh, yeah.
side of the law, and she's like, "That's my fucking boy.
That's my
Yes,
boy.
it is.
That's my fucking boy."
But she calls him out. They're having a whisper argument.
Which
And
is,
it is such a tedious scene to get through. I'm like,
It's
just
so long.
end the scene.
But then the way it is ended is hilarious because a guy comes falling through the window.
Yeah, the SWAT team guy like barrel rolls through the window. He does not jump in. He was going to like do like
It's like he tripped on the way in.
yeah, he was going to do like a professional insertion and like tripped and was just like whoa through the window.
I was gonna say, SWAT doesn't normally do kitchen window entries like that.
Right?
Not a first maneuver.
But they arrest Shaq, take him into a lineup, which is the funniest thing I've ever
I know,
seen.
and it said that he was only 7 foot, by the way.
I don't think those lines. I wasn't paying attention. I was about to be like, I don't think those lines went like it stopped.
We actually never went further than that. We didn't think we'd have to go further than that. Sorry.
It said 7 foot because that's the highest line they have, but it
Uh-huh.
was just at like his Adam's apple.
It's just funny to like step up and deliver this line. Like, no, is he that tall or not?
Yeah.
That's it.
But-
look, keep them all standing right there because there's already height measurements
Oh, and there's an appearance of Achilles
from Robot Jocks,
Jocks,
dude.
which we will talk about one day.
Yeah. Which apparently I really love that movie because this is twice now I've nailed something from that pretty quickly.
We
never
went
saw
to
it.
The
Oh,
Broadway.
I have it on Blu-ray.
We went to the Broadway.
Yeah, we were at the bar and it was on TV and I wasn't even looking and Jack goes, "That Robot Jocks?" And it was kind of like when he called out Cool Runnings because in this case there was a main character on the screen,
Right.
But there were no robots. It was dudes sitting in a room talking and he's like, "That Robot Jocks?"
Because of Achilles.
Yeah, Gary Graham.
There we go.
This is
He's
the
the
guy's
poor
name.
man Scott Glenn.
He's credited as detective.
He is the poor man Scott Glenn.
Right? Like less hard wrinkles.
Yeah.
Oh, Scott Glenn. Yeah. Stick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Stick.
all right.
There you go.
I mean, he's in a bunch of shit, but that's the
Urban
that's the name I
Cowboy.
always pull up
Yeah,
fastest.
Stick.
Yeah.
Stick's good. I love the
But
Stick.
no one will ID him. We have Batman's parents. They don't say who it is.
He's on the right side of the law and
None of these men
not
are.
here.
Yeah. And
Suck
then,
it, pig.
same thing with the cop. The cop goes in, sees the cut on his chin, but he saved him, and he's like, "No, it's not this guy. I don't know who it could possibly be.
Yeah.
Must be another 7'6" man."
find me somebody taller.
Oh, and when Batman's parents were being interviewed by the news, he was like he had to have been 7'6", 7'6"
He had to have been
exactly.
7'6", like 3/4 inches.
He looked. I mean, honey, would you say is he Aries? I would say he's an Aries. I really feel like he has that kind of uncircumcised penis. Definitely have one of those. You know a lot about this guy.
I have a special talent.
Do you?
I'd say his grandma's name is probably Odessa.
He looked to me like he had a grandmother trying to open a front yard restaurant.
He looked like he had a little brother that fucked somebody on camera.
I'm getting black and blue. The terms does black and blue mean anything to anybody out there? I mean, I don't know why it keeps coming back. Black and blue. Bleh, bleh. Ah, black and bleh. I've got bleh balls.
And we have Judd Nelson talking like it's such a bad cut. This is a 1997 internet thing. He's like, so we're gonna sell these weapons how on, and then it cuts to the neo-Nazis,
The internet.
and it's Tim DeZarn like the internet.
Holy shit. And the guy's just sitting there, he's like, yeah, there's all kinds of good shit on there, not just porn.
Eating his
We can
pepperoni
find,
pizza.
dude, there's a place called Twitter where I just type some racist shit and everyone loves it. And all these other racist dudes just like, we find each other and we just start sucking each other off in conversations. What we do.
Yeah.
It's called tweeting, retweeting.
There's things called hashtag Proud Boys.
Hashtag
because
Proud
we're proud
Boys.
of who we are.
Hashtag Proud Boys. I like that. I'm going to put that in right now. Yeah.
Just the good old boys.
Always typing
what
some
year
harm.
was Double Team? Is that 97 also?
Ooh, I don't know.
Because that's got internet porn jokes with the monks that love internet porn.
I mean, we are talking like the height or the beginning of good interneting.
Yeah. Yeah, because like, there's that whole thing with the monks, right? That's Double Team?
Ooh, Double Teamed
With
is
Van Damme?
2002.
No, Double Team.
97.
Oh, okay.
I know, I was just like double teamed.
Ugh, that's the movie I don't want to watch with you guys. Well,
Let me see if I do. Wait a minute. Is that Angela? No, that's a porn star.
Is that Angela? Nope, porn star.
The team name is the Palos Verdes.
Oh.
Might have to watch this.
They get Shaq out of jail by doing this thing where they call the DA and copy his voice, much like last week's episode, Face Off.
Oh, yeah.
When they do the voice box thing, and it's like,
I
can eat a peach.
I could eat a peach. Honey, we have company. Oh, doesn't look good.
Judd Nelson is trying to get that dude's voice. He's like, all right, I can eat a peach. I can eat.
Just imagine this guy saying things around your house like, oh, those biscuits are burning. There's someone at the door. Not anymore. They just heard you ask that and they ran. Ain't no one coming to this door ever again.
Great big fat lady.
So Shaq breaks into the bad guy facility.
Yep. But they were waiting for him.
Yeah. Oh, you know what we didn't mention?
Probably doesn't matter.
It does matter.
All right.
Lily. Is that the dog's name?
Oh my
Lily.
God, it matters. Lily's the best fucking part of this
Yes,
movie.
it definitely matters.
It's not even close. Lily is a good as girl golden retriever.
Yes. Don't worry, she doesn't bite.
She's gorgeous. She carries around distributor caps and tries to eat them.
Yep.
When Shaq throws a towel on her face, she
Eats it.
She eats it.
She goes on patrol with them, and at first I thought they were using a stuffed dog, like
Yeah.
Rowdy from Scrubs, in the front seat.
Yeah.
But then, after the fifth or sixth time they showed it, I was like, because it's always a quick cut of them in the car. The dog's just sitting there like,
Good as girl.
She's focused on her trainer.
Giuseppe for good as
She's
girl.
just like,
Yeah, it's such a cute little puppet.
yes.
yeah.
She's gorgeous, Goldie.
I just want to mention it before we reach the conclusion.
I gotta say it like that.
Judd Nelson is trying to sell these weapons to all these
No,
cast of
he's
characters.
trying to lease them
Yeah,
because
point
they need
of order.
to
Yeah.
come back.
Point of order.
Yeah.
I'm the only one
because
that
they
can
need
fix
to be
these.
recharged.
Because Big Willie, he's like, only I can recharge him. Big Willie's like, excuse me, I'm Sewer Baby Anthony Hopkins. We can recharge them. Oh, Sewer Baby Anthony Hopkins out of this
Again,
movie.
Yep.
Only I can recharge, and recharge is a
It
double
seems like such an
entendre,
easy
just so you know,
takeover.
because I'm gonna charge you again.
Yeah, the recharge is what I'm calling my payments.
Yep.
It's an easy takeover. Not one of these guys was loyal to Big Willie.
No.
No.
You know, like I understand you're a lot of hired soldiers. There's always that one guy who's like, He saved me from a dumpster, and I owe him my life.
All right, ghost dog.
You don't have any ghost dogs in this movie. There's not one ghost dog.
I was living in a junkyard, and Shaft kept trying to kick me out. But garbage baby Anthony Hopkins saved my life.
Sewer baby.
Whatever. Sewer garbage.
They call me Trash Man. Trash Man.
But Shaft almost gets taken down by some of these dudes, and this is why I wanted to mention Lily, because this fucking golden retriever, which is not a movie you expect to see a golden retriever do, flies in from out of screen.
Well, you haven't seen any of the Airbuds?
But not... Yeah, I didn't. There's not one moment I can remember in Airbud where Airbud like mauled a man.
Airbud in the army now.
Wasn't Crypto a Goldie?
Yeah, but that doesn't count. No, Crypto is not a golden retriever.
He's a white boy.
Yeah, Crypto's not a golden retriever. He is a super dog, though.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about Airbud in the army now.
Jesus Christ.
Where he signed up to be a water specialist and has to go fight people.
That's Pauly Shore.
Are you Pauly Shore about that? You show me a picture of a golden retriever and Pauly Shore, and I'm going to show you the same picture.
We love Pauly Shore.
We love Pauly Shore.
Lily's over on the side, just like munching on some grindage.
Look at that. He's all made out of steel.
That's who he needs. He needed a comical sidekick in this movie.
Yes.
Played by
Absolutely,
Pauly
because
Shore.
she's not doing it. Richard Roundtree is trying, but
trying.
he's in a different movie.
He's in a different generation.
Yes.
That's the thing. Those bad lines that I was making fun of that you like, they're poorly written and they're stupid. The only reason they are kind of funny is because Richard Roundtree has presence and knows how to deliver a line.
He's working with what he has.
I mean, he was in Shaft, and people think like, oh, Shaft is a great movie. It's a good movie. I love it. But that 70s blaxploitation stuff was very cheap. Most of it was very poorly written.
It's cheesy.
Had no story. It was just like, let's get this dude out there. He can shoot some dudes. We can see some tits, and we can call it a day.
Who doesn't like tits and guns?
That sounds like a great day.
It's a great day. I love that movie. But like, that's what he's used to working with bad writing, is what I'm saying. So he's trying his hardest.
Sorry, I know, but I quit paying attention when you said tits and guns.
Oh, okay.
So what did we watch? Oh, Steel has neither of those things.
So they knew Steel was coming. They set a trap for him, and Judd Nelson's like, I'm going to test my weapons on him in front of all of you. And this thing he's like, he takes the hammer from Steel.
Whatever you do, don't touch that red button.
Dude, I was like, really? That's going to be the conclusion of your movie? Man, my hammer is pretty cool. It's way better than your weapon. No, let me see it. Well, if you're going to see it, I wouldn't touch the big
Let's
red
do a test
switch.
right now. Everybody here, when you want to see him test my hammer? Huh? All right, cool. Just don't go to red, though, because it would probably hurt you.
That's why he made it red. He's like, just in case Judd Nelson ever gets this hammer, he loves turning it up to red.
He goes to red. This one goes to red 11.
You know I always have to push the envelope.
Yeah, because he says, he's like, don't do that. It's too much for you. You know I have to push the envelope. And hammer time.
Yep.
Magnets.
Switches it.
How do those
Magnets.
work? Shaq knows.
No
and
one
then
knows.
Sparky
Shaq
earns her
does.
name because she has rigged her wheelchair up with Roman candles.
Yep.
She turns into a bullet tornado.
Dude,
She has one fucking hand on fire and one hand on right.
Again, it's very funny. Another early episode that we'll probably have to do for one of our anniversaries when we redo some of those early ones. Savage Dawn with Lance Henriksen, William Forsythe.
I wasn't there for that,
No,
so it didn't count.
That's why I'm like, you guys got to see this. I think Whitney saw it, but George Kennedy is there. Yeah. And he's in a wheelchair the whole time.
Because he had knee
Speaking
surgery
of
in real life.
that I knew because we did the desert noon, high noon hot sauce thing.
And he's in a wheelchair the whole time, but he has guns and shit on it. And there's a point where he's like shooting rockets off his wheelchair and stuff. That's all I could think of here. And it's just hilarious to see like a normal wheelchair. I mean, I guess she's got power, but it's not like it's not like a Professor X level, like something super wheelchair. It's like a normal wheelchair, and she's just like shooting Roman candles and has jet engines.
This is closer to future episode Silver Bullet. Gary Busey built this for Corey Haim, and it's got a fucking jet engine on it for no good reason because you feel bad for your handy-capable nephew, so you built him a car.
Yeah.
Because your drunk uncle is Gary Busey.
Asked and answered.
That movie rocks.
That movie does rock hard.
But yeah, because he's like, get out of here quick. And she's like, is this quick enough? And they do like Like she just rolled out of there in a normal speed wheelchair.
But they did the house
and they
guest.
did the sped up footage because it's just like.
They did the house guest sped up footage.
Yeah, I'm waiting for like as she like goes, she's got the speaker on there, so it's fading. as she
yakety
goes.
sax.
Yeah. So she gets out of there. There's a shootout. I was starting to fall asleep during the shootout. I'm not gonna lie.
It's dumb.
I don't blame you for that.
Well, I did catch the best part though. This grenade gets thrown at Shaq.
The world's longest. I swear to
that
God, it
right-
was 20
right
seconds.
before or right after. This guy was like, right?
Okay, so
No,
this guy,
it's why he
this
mad.
guy throws it in, locks them in, and then Shaq picks up a grenade. Ray J tells him to have confidence in himself, believe in his jump shot, yada yada. We've had a minute pass by since this grenade got thrown in here.
Yeah.
Shaq like lines it up. No, not yet. No, bounce. Whew, not yet. Bounce, bounce, bounce. All right, now shoots and then fucking rim jobs it and falls out. Then you get from the deepest. It's like Johnny Cash trying to falsetto. It does not work. It was great.
I just love too that like the big moment is like you have to free throw this grenade and he still almost misses.
Still could barely fucking do it.
I could never make those free throws.
He's a good sport for making fun of himself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give him that.
And Judd Nelson escapes, right?
No.
Oh, he's at the Humvee and he's like, you never got to see my weapon. And it's one of those sonic gun
On
looking
the
things
car.
on the Humvee.
Oh.
Shoots Shaq because he underestimates
Yes.
Shaq's alloy. Shoots it back at
Fireball
him.
bounces back at
Fireball. And you
I-
even hear him like ADR like, oh no. Really good ADR want to point out when they're sneaking up on the facility, there's a guy with the Doberman pinchers. And Shaq like points the thing at him. He's all, "Oh hell no! Where these dogs going?" Like this guy looks like he should be like a German hitman soldier. He's like, "Oh dang, these dogs acting all funny."
It reminded me of Kevin Bacon in Tremors.
What the hell's going on? What the hell
is going on?
Reminded me of Sven Thorson in Hard Target, where he's like, "I already checked all the rooms; they're all clear." My name's Sven Thorson. I definitely sound just like this.
It was hilarious. I made them rewind that part.
Yeah, you let us.
So then we have the conclusion. Charles Napier is talking to Shaft, who's using an Arnold Schwarzenegger
Schwarzenegger.
voice, like
Talking to Shaq.
Shaq. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I'm just making sure I got the movie right.
Yeah,
We just
no,
watched
I'm just
it.
Shaq Shaft.
A couple letters and
Shaft.
and feet.
Probably same
100
dick
but
though.
100 pounds.
He's talking-
Same dick length is correct. Why they call him Shaft? Whoa, whoa.
Yeah, he said his favorite part was the chef.
Yeah, because it's the biggest part of him. Ratio.
But yeah, he's trying to trace this call, and he's using an Arnold Schwarzenegger soundboard.
I'm sorry, I would love to help you, but I'm pooped. I'm telling you, I am pooped. I'm going to go smoke a stogie. I deserve one. Do you have a stogie over there? We can smoke them at the same time, and it's like we're doing
Hello, Charles Napier. Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
it. It's not a tumor. It might be. I smoke a lot of stogies.
And then
It, in fact, could be a tumor.
she's like, we found him. He's in Cincinnati.
I bet they're going to tell you I'm in Cincinnati. You idiot, like I would ever go there. They put cinnamon in the chili and put it on spaghetti. I would never go to Cincinnati.
I really
It's called
wanted.
Skyline Chili.
Yeah,
It's garbage.
Oh, I know.
they also had, I was in Cincinnati.
Sorry to hear that.
I didn't eat any Skyline chili.
I'm
But
happy to hear
I did
that.
take a picture of the sign because the way they do their chili is they have like spaghetti with chili,
Okay.
and then they have spaghetti with chili and cheese, spaghetti
Okay.
with chili, cheese, onions, etc., etc. And they name them 2-way, 3-way, 4-way, etc. I didn't know any of that. Driving by, I see the sign for Skyline
Come
Chili, and
get
it
a
says,
3-way.
"Bring your family in for a 3-way."
Yep.
And I was like,
You sent me that picture.
So you ate there.
I think it's on my Instagram, actually.
That was the day Derek realized he was a swinger.
Bring your family in for a 3-way. They were ahead of the curve because that was way back in 2014. That was before people were fucking their families all the time on the internet.
Oh yeah, no, you can't not fuck a family now.
No, everything's family porn.
So he's like, John Irons, is this you? And then what is Shaq?
Why did you say it was me? I'm just the tallest guy you know.
No, he
That
throws
seems heightsist.
he throws a line back at him that the general had said to him prior.
Yeah, it's a callback to something I couldn't have bothered to remember.
Yeah.
Oh,
don't
I
remember.
didn't put that much work into this movie, which is funny.
And then
But
that's the end of
I
the
would have
movie.
really liked it if they were in Cincinnati, and he's like, "I bet you they say we're in Cincinnati," and he's like, "Well, we don't believe this thing now."
Hey, cover the mic. How are we gonna cover this? Just tell him we're in Cincinnati. He'll think we're not here. I bet you think we're in Cincinnati. We aren't.
It's not the end of the movie. We get
Black and bleh.
Black and bleh. And
She finally made her
Sparky's
souffle.
Sparky's got a new wheelchair.
Don't talk about the fucking souffle.
It'll hear
It'll
you.
collapse. Yeah, Sparky has a new wheelchair and
She can stand now.
she got magic legs. We don't get any kiss though. Like I
Nope.
thought the whole thing was like, look at me stand up.
This is them kissing.
Nope. This is.
His wife wouldn't
Shaq
let him
is
do it.
who
There it
Dwayne
is.
The Rock Johnson modeled his career after.
Yep, sexless.
Except for like, successful.
yeah, sexless.
He's like, I'm gonna be the Shaq of movies, and they're like, Shaq was in movies. He's like, I don't think he was.
I think you're telling tall tales here. I would have remembered a Shaq movie.
I remember that movie with Sinbad being a genie, but I don't remember the movie
You
with
do
Shaq
not.
being a genie. Shaq was never a genie in a movie. This is,
My universe, he was.
but yeah, they don't. I mean, he was in mine too. They did both movies, but they don't kiss because it's entirely sexless.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the end. So we'll go around the horn for recommendations. We'll start with Jack.
I'm gonna surprise you. I recommend this. I had a really fun time, and I will be buying this on a physical media. I'm not even joking. It's so stupid. It's so bad. It's fun. This is without needing it, a better, higher budget of Miami Connection. It's the same shit that I enjoy. So I recommend that sense. Caveats needed. I would probably sing in a whole different song, and this would be a whole different episode if I would have watched it at home alone.
Yeah.
Because I would have heard some of those jokes like, huh. And like you said with the wheelchair thing, like, oh, try not to laugh, try not to laugh. And then we're fucking cracking up like, oh, I found my people. So I give it 1 star, but I loved it.
I need Jack's caveats for this. I definitely need people to watch it. I over Miami Connection any day. I will rewatch this.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I'll buy this on 4K. We'll watch that on 4K.
I'll give it a soft wreck a friend.
Ooh.
Okay.
It's my nice way of saying Jack's
It's
caveats.
gonna be hard to wreck a friend if you're soft.
It was my trying to make a pun out of saying Jack's caveats without saying it for a third time.
They're mine. It always comes in
I
threes.
remembered it being fucking horrendous. I saw it not in theaters, not even on VHS, probably on TV. I remembered hating it, and it is bad, and it's stupid, and it's poorly written, and mostly really poorly acted, and has bad special effects.
And I loved it.
But there are fun moments, especially if you're watching it with friends. This will be probably the only time I watch this movie. However, it
Yeah,
would
right.
be on, like, watch this movie. Like, you could put it on while you have people around who are drinking, and you could be like, there's Lily. I love Lily. She's the goodest girl.
I'm gonna put this movie on with Shaq's CD as the soundtrack,
Ooh.
and that's how I get people out of my house.
I was like, are you trying to do, like, your own Waco? Or
Oh, turn it off! You put it on. Ah!
But I don't really recommend it, but also, like, you could watch it.
Understood.
I guess seeing is believing, I guess, would be the best.
Yeah.
I know you said it in the last episode, but where can people watch it?
Right now, it is available to rent on Amazon for $3.79 or on Apple for $3.99 or buy it on either for $10.
Don't buy it, just rent it.
Buy it, but not digitally.
Let's see if it's on YouTube. But no, it is not on YouTube. So yeah, you can rent it if you must.
All right, let's wrap up. I want to eat some wings for Mother's Day.
Longed it out.
Longed it out.
Speaking of watching movies on YouTube, next week's episode is going to be a little more obscure, but I wanted to watch this movie because I bought this DVD like 4 years ago in preparation for doing this podcast. It's a like bootleg DVD because this movie was never released. However, you can watch it on YouTube. It is 1994's Fantastic Four, produced by
Never-
Roger Corman.
Never seen it. I've watched the documentary about it.
Yeah, I've never seen it either. I bought the DVD and I was like, I'm waiting till we do
We're
an
about
episode.
to see it.
But there's a new Fantastic Four movie coming out this summer, so I figured this was the time.
Perfect.
So you guys can watch it. It's on YouTube. I found it out there. I'm sure it's great quality. Don't forget, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/worstpeople, where superhero
Spectacular.
Have that shit chambered, girl.
continues with 1978's Superman.
Woo.
Also tying to a movie that's coming out this summer and tying to the passing of Gene Hackman, because we took the opportunity after he died to talk shit about a movie he was in. So I figured let's do
Praise
one of his greats.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Let's suck a little Gene Hack.
and
I
that's
will.
available on Max, of course, because it's Warner. Or you can rent it on Apple and Amazon for $4. Buy it for
You can
10.
go to the swap meet and pick up a copy for $2 if I didn't already do that.
It just came out on 4K recently, so you can get that. It's Superman.
Yeah.
From 1978.
Come
You'll
on.
find it.
Come on.
And also we have Latchkey Vids,
Latchkey vids.
where we continue with Cop Rock, and it is
Latchkey
episode 6, Oil of Olay.
Ooh.
That's all I know about this episode.
It's gonna be about the fucking governor's wax snatch
Woo!
for the mayor. Sorry.
And if you guys could just do us all a great favor, go to shop.badmovies. Damn it.
Start over.
Go to shop.badmoviesworstpeople.com and buy some merch. I marked it all down to put it on sale a while back, and I was like, yeah, I'll just leave it marked down. It's not a way to make money. It's a way to get you guys some cool merch and to help get our name out there. So go buy some shit. I've been putting up some Han Took Shots First stuff. I just recently, as in last night after we watched Andor,
Do we have an Andorable?
added an Andorable shirt.
Nice. I need one.
Oh.
Yeah. So there's Bad Movies Worst People designs. There's Han Took Shots First designs. Go there. I think the shirts are like $13.50.
Also, it doesn't
Easy.
just have to be shirts. You can get like onesies for your kids. You can get coffee
You
mugs.
can get phone cases, pillows, hats, keychains.
All of it.
We're working on a Bad Movies ball gag.
They have
gonna
they have
taste
COVID
like
masks
chocolate.
in case you're worried. Or if you want to become a villain in a movie and you need to cover your face when you're doing your job.
Just my boobs.
Just promote us. If you're gonna rob a bank, I don't say you should, but like just promote us if you are gonna rob a
yeah,
bank.
put on your Bad Movies Worst People mask and rob that bank. Or don't.
Allegedly.
Worst people. That's it for this week. I've been Derek.
I'm still married to him.
I'm a hot dog.
No!
Oh!
Yeah. Look back.
I just made a proclamation that this is going to be the most professional episode, and we're starting off with good guy.
Welcome back to Back.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, I'm
Oh, welcome back to Bad Movies Worst People.
I'm Whitney.
Have we got a show for you?
Are you ready? Is that the beginning?
No.
Go.